Hi everyone, it's Vlogtober day 2, and I saw some of your comments, and I'm going to do, I think a lot of people want to know about this actually. It's the whole Qatar immigration thing. So I'll just tell you just about it and how it came about. So it's my partner who decided to go for the job. He is a secondary school teacher. He has PGCE, and for those of you who don't know what it is, that's a postgraduate certificate of education, which allows him to teach. And he used to teach in a private school in central London. And just because of travel expenses, and it was becoming time consuming, he was getting home quite late, and just the whole travelling and expense, of the whole thing was really getting to him. And he said, we're living and working here. If we can be living in another country tax free, we can get all our accommodation paid for. That way we can save a load of money and really set ourselves up for the future. And at first I was like, I don't know how I'd feel about that, because I'm quite close to my family. He mentioned China, and I said I'm not going to go to China. And then he said Qatar, and I said, yeah, I'll be happy to go there. It's 6-hour flight. I'll be pretty happy with that. So it was already all set to go and everything. And we got married because out there this wasn't the only reason why we got married. We was planning to get married before my son was born, but because I fell pregnant, we decided to put it on hold. And if we live in Qatar, we won't be able to live together, because married couple, you have to be married to be living together in the same flat, home, whatever. So I fell pregnant, and then that caused a bit of a problem. And I said, I don't want to go out to Qatar and be on my own. I'm going to be, first of all, I didn't realise the situation for partners out there. Home births are illegal, and partners are not allowed in the hospital while you are giving birth and labouring and stuff like that. They just don't allow men in. So first of all, I was like, well, we're going to have to leave Casey with someone. We've got no one to leave him with, and I don't want to leave him with some stranger. And then I was pressing the home birth thing, and then I found out that they're illegal. And then I found out that he couldn't, even if he wanted to come into the hospital, he couldn't. And then that meant he could look after our son, but then I'd be giving birth on my own. And my mum won't fly, so I'd be giving birth on my own out there. So I said to him, look, why don't I just stay here, give birth? At least I've got someone to have Case, and I can have my mum with me. I said, and the time the baby's born, he can be back for Christmas. And he said, yeah, that's going to have to be how it is. That was just the most sensible option that worked for us. And it still seems like that's going to be. That seems like how it's going to have to be. So when I go out there, I'm going to need a visitor's visa, me and my son, and we'll be sponsored by our partner. And our partner can do this because he earns the limit. He earns. You have to be earning a certain amount to be able to support your partner and stuff like that. And he earns enough to support us, which is classed in the country. They class what he earns as enough. Why am I doing it? I'm doing it because I'm doing it for my family, I'm doing it for my future, I'm doing it for my husband, and I'm doing it for his happiness. That's the whole reason that you do things. You make these decisions because you do them for your family, and you do what you think's best and things like that. That's why I'm doing it, for a better life, and I'm doing it for love, because I love my partner and I want him to be happy. And if he thinks he's going to be happier, then I'll go with him. My partner says that it's the Qataris are quite rich out there, because it's such an oil-rich country. A lot of them invest in the oil. There's more expats living in Qatar than there are Qataris, and you have to pay for your healthcare. And if I was to be over there, I'd have to pay £2,000, and that covers you for all your appointments. You get 1 scan a month and things like that. When you reach Qatar and you register with the healthcare, you have to have blood tests, you have to have all kinds of tests and screenings and stuff like that to be allowed to stay in the country and have healthcare in the country. The dress code, which I think a lot of people, that's the most I get questioned on, is what I'll have to wear. People presume that I have to cover up, and it's not like that. The Qataris do. The Qataris cover up. That's just their dress. That's just how they are. That's just their way of life. But the expats, they dress in their normal dress. There isn't a dress code, like a dress code as such, but they do ask you to dress modestly. My partner said that no one really pays attention to it. He sees someone walking out the other day in shorts. He said no one really kind of bats an eyelid. But topless is a no-no. Anywhere, beach, hotel, whatever, it's a no-no. But bikinis are okay. They're okay in hotels and beaches. To drink alcohol, you can drink it in hotels. They're pretty much the only places that sell it. And if you want to drink it in your home, you have to apply for a liquor permit. The way of life out there is crazy. Like, you could call up McDonald's and ask for a home delivery of McDonald's or Nando's or even a supermarket. What I'm most worried about is the flight with 2 kids and being lonely out there. That's what I worry about the most, is being lonely. I'm worried that like I won't like get along like on my own out there. That's what I'm most worried about. But how do I feel about living out there and bringing my kids up there? Fine, as long as they're with me, I don't mind. But I don't want to have to put them in creches and with childminders and things like that. So I'm going to be a stay-at-home mum out there anyway. I'm not really fussed about like living out there. I'm quite excited about it, but what I am worried about, like being lonely and yeah, just how I'm gonna fit in living out there. They're my only worries. They're my only fears. But other than that, I'm really looking forward to it. I just think it's you know, it's different. It's a new chapter in my life, or in our life. But yeah, other than that, that's just it. I'm really not bothered about going. My family are really upset. They're not really upset that I'm going. They're more upset that my son's going. They're like, oh, we're gonna miss our grandson, but we're not going forever. It's not like a permanent immigration. It's just for the foreseeable future. There is one thing actually I want to add in. If a Qatari does the same job as what my husband does, he gets my husband's wages times by 4. He was telling me that he teaches a girl whose dad is a police officer, and he gets £4,000 a month. £4,000 a month. So I don't know what the exchange rate is into Qatari Rial. I'm not sure. So I think I've kind of covered everything. I hope I have anyway, and if I haven't, then ask me and I will clear it up for you. I don't mind. And I'll see you for day 3 tomorrow.